In this episode, you're going to see some creepy videos that no one can quite explain. Let's take a look.
Do you see that?
The first video on our list was posted to Facebook by Clay Shiner. It shows a lush wooded area backlit by the glowing sun. However, it isn't long before it becomes apparent that the camera holder's not filming the scenery. Watch.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Valen, did you see that?
It's evident that there's something or someone in the forest.
Do you see that? I'm afraid.
A tall, dark figure walks from left to right, stopping to peer out from behind a tree.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But just as quickly as it appears, the body dissolves into the shade of the forest. The astonished cameraman looks on, continuously repeating, "Do you see that?"
Do you see that? Do you see that? Oh my God.
At first glance, the figure looks similar to a human, but watch as it swings its arm out to grasp the tree. It has unusually long, ape-like appendages and moves around in a primal manner.
Oh my God.
This image, taken from the video, highlights the creature's disproportionately long limbs compared to its torso. So could this video be evidence of the legendary cryptid, Bigfoot? Or is there another way to explain the figure's unusual appearance? Love to hear your theories on this one in the comments down below.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Valen, did you see that?
In recent weeks, a TikTok video featuring a bizarre sea creature has been taking social media by storm. Uploaded by alkakui.tv, the video shows a group of tourists on a boat passing by what appears to be a strange floating creature with its arms outstretched. Initially, many viewers thought it could be a creature from another planet due to its odd shape and movements. But as the footage continues, it becomes increasingly difficult to identify the mysterious creature. Despite numerous theories, no one's been able to determine what the creature could be. While some suggested it could be a dugong or manatee, others have offered a more exotic explanation, including the possibility of an undiscovered sea creature. But what do you think? Let your opinions rip in the comments down below. Little and Large 13 is a TikToker we've featured before on the channel. Her outdoor security camera had caught her being watched by a rather eerie character. Take a look at this recap. Well, in this new clip, it seems that the TikToker's camera has caught something else. This time, it's not a person in a panda suit, but rather something else entirely. Take a look. According to the poster, she and a friend were returning home after a last-minute bottle shop run. Just after the second person disappears from view, some sort of creature emerges from the darkness. Whatever it is, it's black and appears to move on all fours. Some viewers have suggested it might just be a dog, while others seemed a little more concerned, wondering if it could be a bear. But perhaps the most unsettling comparison that was made was to the killer in a scene from the pseudo-documentary horror film The Poughkeepsie Tapes. There's certainly an eerie resemblance. It's difficult to prove just what's been captured on film here, so we'll throw this one out to you, the viewer. What do you think this creature could be? Dog, cryptid, human stalker, or something else entirely? As always, let your theories rip in the comments down below. In this footage, captured by TikToker Sapam Horror, we see a group of bikers riding through a path in the woods late at night. Now keep an eye on the trees above, see if you can spot anything unusual. We can see what looks like a pale creature clinging to one of the trees. According to the video, the group believes it's a kuntilanak. The kuntilanak is a female ghost or spirit in Indonesian and Malaysian folklore. The legend describes her as a vengeful spirit, often depicted as a pale woman with long dark hair and a pale dress covered in blood. She's said to be the spirit of a woman who died while pregnant or during childbirth. According to the legend, the kuntilanak is a dangerous spirit that preys on men. She is known to appear under the full moon, and her presence is often announced by the sound of a baby crying or a woman laughing. She kills her prey by using her sharp nails to rip apart their body and eat their organs. The kuntilanak is often associated with trees, and some versions of the legend say she can be found clinging to tree branches or hiding in the hollows of trees. The legend of the kuntilanak has been popularized in movies and TV shows in Indonesia and Malaysia, and it's still widely believed by many people in these countries. So take a closer look at the creature hanging from the branches above the bikers in the video. Could it really be the elusive kuntilanak? Let me know where you land on this one in the comments down below. A woman taking a video of her friends while dining at a local restaurant inadvertently captured a bizarre figure in the background. The footage, uploaded by TikTok user alkakui.tv, shows a group of friends enjoying their evening. However, in the background, there appears to be a strange figure. It has large dark eyes and a grey complexion. The woman taking the video didn't notice the figure until later that night when she reviewed the footage. No one at the restaurant that night can remember seeing anything out of the ordinary, nor can they identify the figure. Commenters who have viewed the footage have speculated on what the figure could be. Some believe it resembles an alien grey, while others have suggested it could be the Grim Reaper. Some commenters even went as far as to ask whether anyone related to the diners that evening had recently passed away. To date, the identity of the mysterious figure remains unknown, leaving many questions unanswered. Could this be evidence of extraterrestrial life, a ghost, or is it simply an optical illusion? While some may be skeptical, others are convinced that the figure is proof that we're not alone in the universe. In the winter of 1992, an individual in Montreal, Quebec, Canada is said to have been shown photos of an alleged extraterrestrial biological entity, or EBE, by an acquaintance. The EBE was supposedly discovered by a snowmobiler in a field or wooded area not far from the road. When questioned further, the acquaintance revealed that the images belonged to their cousin, who was from the Red River area in L'Annonciation, Quebec. The witnesses were supposedly unsure of what to do with the body, so they left it at the site overnight, only to find that it was gone the next day. The photos were later shown to ufologist Claude McDuff, who discouraged the individual from pursuing the matter further. Despite the warning, the individual eventually shared the photos in his YouTube video, seen here posted to the platform by Strange Videos. The footage has since garnered hundreds of thousands of views. The release of the video prompted diverse responses, as some delved into analysing the figure's anatomical structure, positing that its atypical proportions could potentially indicate a non-human origin. Enthusiasm for the photos diminished over time, but in 2017, a video allegedly originating from the dark web surfaced, purporting to depict the capture of an extraterrestrial in Switzerland. This development reignited interest in the 1992 incident. To this day, the Red River EBE mystery remains unsolved, with numerous theories and explanations offered, but no definitive conclusion. Interestingly, it's been noted that the photos bear a striking resemblance to the cover image of a 1990 novel by French ufologist Jimmy Go. The novel is structured around a series of thrilling events as documented by a group of informants, primarily located in the United States. The image of the EBE featured on the book's cover is said to be a composite representation drawn from multiple eyewitness accounts. Despite continued speculation and investigation, the true origin of the EBE and the events surrounding its discovery remain shrouded in uncertainty. Reddit user Tony Stark077 recently shared a curious video on a Slaptam subreddit that left viewers initially scratching their heads. The video, taken during a seemingly normal kayaking trip, showcases a startling aquatic spectacle. Take a look. As the footage shows, the calm kayaking experience takes a sudden turn when something sizable swimming beneath the surface is startled. The creature, or possibly creatures, begin splashing and thrashing in the water, causing an unexpected and wild display. Upon first viewing, the strange occurrence is puzzling, raising questions about what could be responsible for such a bizarre event. However, some astute viewers proposed a plausible explanation: an aggregation of manatees. Manatees, gentle giants of the sea, are known to react with panic and vigorous splashing when startled. Their sizable bodies could easily cause the water disturbance seen in this clip. While the video offers an intriguing glimpse into nature's unpredictable character, the consensus leans towards manatees being the star of this unusual aquatic show. This video was captured by Liam Cooper while working near Park Penalta in Wales, UK. At first, it depicts an everyday scene in a residential neighbourhood. That is until you notice the large black shape on the hill in the distance. As the camera zooms in, that dark shape suddenly becomes clear. It looks like a very large black cat prowling around. It's even been suggested that the animal might be a panther. A wildlife expert who knows the area noted that large wild cats could be living in the woods in Wales. Their shy nature would likely keep them hidden, which may be why there hasn't been more sightings. However, there isn't any concrete evidence that large cats such as panthers have made this area their home. If this was the case, there would likely be a significant loss to local livestock. There is, however, little doubt that the animal seen in this footage is some kind of feline. But is it just a large domestic cat, or could it really be a panther? For years, people have claimed to see large cats in areas where they're not native. Even places as far removed as Victoria, Australia have long been rumoured to be home to panthers. This footage was captured by brothers Royce and Ben Chaffee while out on a walk northeast of Lorne. Sightings and stories of the legendary Otway panther date as far back as the early 60s. Some think it might have been an animal that was left behind or escaped from a travelling circus. So are there really populations of large cats living in parts of the world in which they're not native? Could this footage, captured by Liam Cooper, prove there's one living in Wales? Watch the clip again and judge for yourself. A spine-chilling video uploaded by Twitter user Sitio Paranormal has been making the rounds on social media, leaving viewers speculating about the identity of a mysterious creature captured on camera in the Turkish wilderness. The clip has gone viral this past week, sparking debates and theories about the nature of the eerie encounter. In the video, two hikers hear strange sounds emanating from a nearby rocky outcrop.
Hocam bu ne ya? Ana, oğlum.
They decide to investigate.
Vallahi içeride bir şey var.
As the camera holder shines a torch into a crack in the boulder, a startling sight is revealed.
Taşın içinde bir şey var.
There seems to be a creature with large black eyes growling and staring back at the camera holder. When zoomed in, the creature's features become even more pronounced, further unsettling viewers. Theories abound as to the true identity of the creature. Some suggest it could be a baby owl nesting in the rocky crag, while others argue it resembles an alien grey. Alien greys are often described as extraterrestrial beings with grey skin, large black eyes, and small, slender bodies. They've become an iconic image in pop culture and are frequently associated with UFO sightings and abductions. Turkey is no stranger to UFO encounters, with one of the most famous sightings occurring in 2008. The Kumburgos UFO incident involved multiple witnesses and clear video footage of an unidentified object over the Sea of Marmara near Istanbul. The event unfolded between May and September 2008, with the primary witness being a night guard named Yeltsin Yalman.
Suyun üstünde lan bu.
He captured footage of the unidentified object on multiple occasions, totaling over 2 hours of video.
Yine buldum ben. Yine buldum.
The Kumburgos UFO incident quickly garnered significant media attention both in Turkey and internationally, as the footage was deemed to be some of the clearest and most detailed ever recorded. The object appeared to be a metallic disc-shaped craft with a dome on top, featuring a series of lights around its circumference. What made the sighting even more intriguing was the apparent presence of occupants within the craft visible through the dome. Several experts and researchers analysed the footage, including the Sirius UFO Space Sciences Research Centre, a prominent Turkish organisation dedicated to the study of UFOs and extraterrestrial phenomena. Their analysis suggested that the object couldn't easily be explained as a conventional aircraft, balloon, or natural phenomenon. Despite attempts by skeptics to debunk the footage as a hoax, no definitive explanation has ever been provided. The Kumburgos UFO incident reignited interest in UFO sightings across Turkey and fueled debates about the possibility of extraterrestrial life. This high-profile event continues to be referenced in discussions of UFO sightings and encounters worldwide, often cited as one of the most compelling pieces of evidence for the existence of unidentified flying objects. As the mysterious creature in Sitio Paranormal's video remains unidentified, it's only natural for some viewers to draw connections to Turkey's history of UFO sightings, such as the Kumburgos incident. Whether this new encounter is truly evidence of an extraterrestrial life or a more terrestrial explanation awaits discovery, the fascination with UFOs and unexplained phenomena in Turkey and beyond continues to endure.
Taşın içinde bir şey var. Hocam!
Anyone who suffers from arachnophobia knows the terrors that can be brought on by laying your eyes on even the smallest of spiders. Well, imagine if you were to come face to face with a spider that was 5 feet long. The Jabarfofi, also known as the Congolese giant spider, is a cryptid believed to inhabit the dense remote rainforests of Central Africa, particularly in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The creature is said to be a giant, ground-dwelling spider with a leg span reaching up to 5 feet across. According to local folklore and eyewitness accounts, the Jabarfofi is characterised by its dark brown colour and distinctive aggressive behaviour. Stories of this enormous arachnid have circulated among the native Baka people for generations, and the name Jabarfofi translates to giant spider in their language. Supposed encounters with the Jabarfofi are few and far between, with most reports originating from travellers, explorers and missionaries venturing deep into the uncharted territories of the rainforest. Witnesses have described the creature as building large, intricate webs made of thick, yellowish silk, which it uses to trap its prey. Its diet is said to consist primarily of birds and small mammals, but the possibility of the Jabarfofi preying on larger animals or even humans has been a subject of both fascination and fear. Skeptics argue that the Jabarfofi could be a case of misidentification or exaggeration, with the creature's size and characteristics potentially stemming from encounters with large known species of spiders, such as the Goliath bird-eating tarantula. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the Jabarfofi continues to captivate cryptozoologists and enthusiasts of the unknown, serving as a tantalizing and terrifying mystery in the unexplored depths of the African rainforests.
What the frick?
Our first clip of the day was uploaded by user Real Horror Talk. The origins of the clip remain a mystery, but its contents have quickly become a hot topic of discussion. Initially, the clip appears mundane, showing 2 men filming a deer or some sheep frolicking in the distance. That's when something truly strange is caught on camera.
Cody. Oh, what the crap? Is that a guy? What the frick? What the fuck? What was that?
He's walking creepy.
A large bipedal creature pursues the animals.
Guy? What the frick? What was that?
At first glance, one might mistake it for a person, but its disproportionately large size makes this explanation unlikely.
What was that?
He's walking.
Dude, that was a skinwalker. What?
Follow him.
I videoed it. What the?
One of the men says it could be a skinwalker.
That was a skinwalker.
Skinwalkers hold a notorious place in folklore, particularly among the Navajo people. According to tradition, a skinwalker is a type of harmful witch who has the ability to transform, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal. Known as Yinald Lushi in the Navajo language, which translates roughly to "with it he goes on all fours," these beings are steeped in supernatural lore. Skinwalkers, according to the legends, are typically malevolent, causing harm to others out of envy, revenge, or to accumulate power. They're said to be powerful witches who can shapeshift into animals, mimic human voices, and even take control of a person's body. One should note that talking about skinwalkers is traditionally taboo among the Navajo and other indigenous cultures. Discussing these entities is believed to potentially draw their attention. So, are we seeing a rare skinwalker in action, or is there a more rational explanation? Of course, the truth remains obscured. The lack of information about the clip's origins makes it impossible to verify its authenticity. The grainy quality of the video adds another layer of uncertainty. Notably, skeptics argue that the figure could be a person in a suit or a well-orchestrated hoax. As it stands, the footage provides more questions than answers.
What the frick? What the fuck? What was that?
He's walking creepy.
Retired NASA astronaut and highly educated physician Franklin Story Musgrave has made an extraordinary claim regarding a mysterious object he witnessed during his time in space. In the mid-1990s, while on 2 separate space missions, Musgrave reports seeing a long, thin object resembling a snake floating through space. His claims have piqued the interest of both the scientific community and the public at large, raising questions about the existence of other life forms in the universe. Born on August 19, 1935, Musgrave boasts an impressive academic and professional background. With 6 academic degrees to his name, he holds the title of the most formally educated astronaut. Over his career, he's flown on 6 space flights, becoming only the 2nd astronaut to do so, and is the only astronaut to have flown on all 5 space shuttles. During a 1995 interview for a space documentary called Sightings, Musgrave surprised NASA officials and colleagues by revealing his encounters with the mysterious space snakes. He described the objects as being 6, 7, 8 foot long and rubbery with internal waves that followed him for extended periods. Despite the startling nature of these claims, Musgrave didn't actually officially report his sightings to NASA upon his return. He retired from the space agency 2 years later, in 1997. A video accompanying his claims shows a long, thin object drifting through space.
I have seen a snake out there, 6, 7, 8 feet long. It is rubbery because it has internal waves in it, and it follows you for a rather long period of time.
Through a filter enhancement, you can see the mysterious object more clearly. Musgrave's experiences in space have led him to believe in the possibility of other life forms beyond Earth. He suggests that the universe may harbour various creatures, from primitive single-cell organisms to highly advanced civilizations that have existed for millions of years. As Musgrave's assertions continue to captivate and intrigue, they serve as a reminder that the vast expanse of space still holds many mysteries waiting to be uncovered. A truly mysterious photograph's been circulating on social media, leaving many people scratching their heads as to what exactly they're seeing. The image, taken in Chattanooga, Tennessee by Reddit user Droob1072, appears to show a person standing on the edge of a fence. If you zoom in and sharpen the image, you can make out a strange grey figure. Commenters have speculated it could be a woman in Victorian-era clothing. Some said a nurse or a housemaid with her hands neatly clasped around her chest. The photo was taken while the OP was attempting to capture the funny, smiling, pareidolia face on the tree's trunk in the foreground. Allegedly, they couldn't see the grey figure in the background at the time the photo was taken. The property where the photo was taken is said to have a rich history. During the Civil War, the area was used as a base of operations, with some soldiers losing their lives in fierce combat. According to the Post, the photographer spoke to a woman who had lived in the house for a long time, and she confirmed that it had been used during the Civil War era. This piece of information has only fueled speculation about the origins of the figure. Could it be a Civil War nurse still lingering on the property long after the conflict ended? While some people have suggested that the image could just be a bird, paranormal investigators have played down this possibility, arguing that the bird would have to be human-sized to create such an impression. The fact too that the figure in the image appears to be dressed in period clothing only adds to the intrigue. Many people have weighed in with their opinions, but ultimately the photograph remains unexplained. The idea of a ghostly presence lingering in a place with such a rich and tragic history is certainly intriguing. Whether or not the image shows something paranormal, however, remains a topic of hot debate. This next one was captured on August 16th, 2021 by Reddit user TyphoeusOz. The photo shows a strange black figure standing near a feeding station on a remote property in Sweden. It's oblong in shape with small legs and feet. The uploader shared several more images showing the area in daytime, and another one at nighttime without the mysterious black shape. While many have speculated on what the figure could be, no one's been able to provide a definitive answer. Some commenters have suggested that the figure in the photo could be Pester, a deadly icon from Scandinavian folklore. Pester is often depicted as a haggard old woman dressed in black carrying a broom or rake. She's said to roam the countryside, spreading disease and death wherever she goes. Pester is a significant figure in Scandinavian folklore because the plague was such a devastating event in the history of the region. The disease killed millions of people across Europe and had a profound impact on the social and economic fabric of the continent. Pester represents the fear and devastation that the plague brought to the people of Scandinavia. While some have suggested that the mysterious figure in the trail cam photo could be Pester, it is unlikely. Pester is typically depicted as an old woman, while the figure in the photo appears small and oblong. Ultimately, the trail cam photo remains a mystery, and while some people may speculate on what the figure is, it's impossible to know for sure. The photo is a reminder, though, that there are still many unexplained phenomena in the world and that the unknown can be both fascinating and terrifying. This next one's a creepy encounter caught on camera by YouTuber Bigfoot Testimony 3433. In the video, a man and his dog are out for a late night walk in the woods when they notice something strange lurking in the darkness.
Something is watching my dog.
At first, it's hard to make out what it is exactly, but as the camera zooms in, we see a pair of glowing eyes staring back at them from the trees. The man's clearly concerned for his dog's safety and keeps a close eye on the creature, whatever it may be. The size and nature of the eyes are puzzling. They seem too far apart to belong to a person or a bear, and the height of the eyes from the ground suggests that the creature must be quite large. Viewers are divided over what this could actually be. Some believe it's just a bear, but the wide-set eyes seem to rule this out. Others suggest there could be actually two creatures, but this theory is also hotly debated. So could this be the elusive Bigfoot that many locals believe roam these woods? As always, we want to know your thoughts on this chilling video. Drop a comment down below and let us know what you think. Sewers are often viewed as scary and unsettling places. The dimly lit and cramped spaces can induce feelings of claustrophobia and discomfort, while the unpleasant odours and noises that permeate these underground tunnels add to the eerie ambience. In this footage from TikToker elkakui.tv, strange sounds coming from beneath a manhole sent a group of workers to inspect the area. This is what they saw. The video shows the workers gathered around the open manhole. They're engaged in conversation as the camera holder zooms in to look down into the sewer. Suddenly, a strange creature emerges from the darkness. The workers are visibly frightened by what they see as the figure disappears into the depths below. Though it's unclear what the creature actually is, it seems to have left the workers with a sense of fear and unease. Over the years, there have been numerous reports of strange and eerie creatures found lurking in the dark and murky tunnels of the sewer. One of the most notorious is the alligator. These fearsome reptiles are commonly found in the sewer systems of the southern United States, where they've been known to grow to enormous sizes due to the abundance of food sources. In 2010, a 3-meter-long alligator was discovered in a New York City sewer, causing widespread panic and fear among the local residents. But it's not just dangerous animals that are the only creepy things found in sewers. In 2016, a group of workers in London stumbled upon a fatberg, a mass of congealed fat, grease and other debris that had accumulated in the sewer system. The fatberg was so massive that it took workers several weeks to remove. So what do you think these sewer workers have managed to capture on camera? Was it an animal of some sort, or could it have been something else entirely? Perhaps a cryptid? Let me know what you think's going on here in the comments down below. A chilling trail cam video has taken the internet by storm over the past few weeks, with many viewers speculating that it might show a genuine sighting of the cryptid known as the Rake. Take a look. Uploaded to TikTok by user Cryptoker, the video features an unsettling, long-limbed creature crawling in the distance on a rural property. Whatever it is, it has disproportionately long legs and a small head, characteristics that have led some to believe it could be the infamous Rake. This cryptid has its roots in modern urban legends and is believed to be a humanoid creature that stalks and terrorizes its victims. The Rake's origins can be traced back to the early 2000s when stories and supposed encounters began circulating on internet forums. Recent sightings of the Rake have been scarce, making this new trail cam footage all the more intriguing to cryptozoology enthusiasts. As the video gains traction, the debate over its authenticity intensifies. Could this really be evidence of the elusive Rake, or is it simply an elaborate hoax designed to captivate the imagination of viewers? As with many cryptid sightings, the truth remains elusive. An eerie piece of CCTV footage from August 2018 has been uploaded to YouTube by Vision Paranormal, leaving viewers puzzled and speculating about the existence of vampires. The video showcases an unusual scene captured by a factory security camera in an English neighbourhood. As two men walk down an alleyway, a closer look reveals their remarkably striking features. Both individuals appear to have long, pointy ears, dark eyes, and elongated noses, leading to comparisons with the classic depiction of vampires. However, some viewers argued that the men could simply be wearing highly detailed masks, dismissing any paranormal explanations. So, is this a genuine vampire sighting, or merely an elaborate hoax? Love to hear your theories on this one in the comments down below. The legend of Bigfoot, the elusive ape-like creature that's captured the imagination of millions, has been rekindled after a recent Google Earth image revealed a mysterious figure in western Colorado. Conspiracy theorists are abuzz with excitement, claiming that the shape spotted at these coordinates could be the mythical creature itself. The image was shared on a Reddit community dedicated to Bigfoot sightings, with the original poster questioning whether it could be a bear, a hiker without gear, or even a mere puddle. The figure, estimated to measure around 7 to 7.5 feet and appearing hunched over, isn't visible in satellite images from other years, leading some to suggest that it might be mobile and not a stationary object. One Reddit user familiar with the area where the creature was spotted reported experiencing a creepy feeling in that particular location, adding that they knew someone else that felt the same way. The Bigfoot legend has persisted for centuries, with numerous reported encounters fueling the mystery. One of the most famous incidents is the Patterson-Gimlin film from 1967, which purports to show a female Bigfoot walking through the woods in Northern California. Despite numerous investigations and analysis, the authenticity of the film remains a subject of hot debate. While it's impossible to confirm the identity of the figure spotted on Google Earth, the image has certainly reignited interest in the Bigfoot legend. As enthusiasts and skeptics alike weigh in on the possibility of its existence, the enduring mystery of Bigfoot continues to captivate and perplex the world. This next eerie image was submitted to our Slaptam subreddit by user FriendlyProduce964. The photo, taken in the summer of 2021 in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, shows the OP's son and nephews walking through a wooded area beside a road. At first, everything seems perfectly normal. That is until you notice what looks like a long pair of legs in the top right-hand corner of the shot. If you zoom in, it actually looks like pants and shoes with a cuff line visible. Fellow Redditors were immediately irked by the strange photo, saying that if it belonged to a person, they'd be more than 15 feet tall. Many comments drew immediate comparison to Slender Man, the mythical long-legged creepypasta character of internet lore. Slendy is notorious for stalking and abducting children, which certainly comes to mind when you look at this unnerving image. Of course, there is a chance it's all just pareidolia, but I know if I were in this photo and saw those long legs behind me, I'd be freaked out regardless. This first video, shared to Instagram by user SquatchWatch1, was recorded by an individual while walking onto a small pier. Take a look at what they've captured. A large unidentified creature can be seen swimming past. Barely visible from the surface, the animal looks huge. The uploader suggests that the creature might be the legendary Ogopogo, a cryptid said to inhabit Okanagan Lake in British Columbia, Canada. Often referred to as Canada's Loch Ness Monster, Ogopogo has been part of local First Nations folklore for centuries, with the Syilx people calling it Narked, or the snake in the lake. Ogopogo is described as a serpentine creature with a horse-like head and a series of humps along its back, measuring anywhere from 40 to 70 feet in length. The first recorded sighting of Ogopogo by European settlers dates back to the early 20th century, with numerous accounts and alleged sightings since then. Some believe the creature to be a type of prehistoric marine animal such as a plesiosaur or a basilosaurus, while others argue it could be a large sturgeon or an entirely new species yet to be discovered. Despite numerous expeditions and scientific investigations, no definitive evidence has ever been found to confirm the existence of Ogopogo. The creature remains shrouded in mystery, capturing the imagination of both locals and visitors to the Okanagan Valley alike. While the creature in this video is certainly large, it doesn't exactly fit the typical description of Ogopogo. So, can you identify the beast? Let me know what you think this is in the comments down below. This first image was sent to us via email by Mike Parker. In it, we see a woman holding a young child in her arms. However, take a look in the top left-hand corner. There's another figure present in the photo. It appears to be dressed in a black robe and some sort of unnerving mask. The mask has dark, hollow eyes, and if you look closely, the mouth looks as though it's been sewn shut. Yet perhaps the most unsettling aspect of the image is the figure's seemingly translucent nature. The poster says that the photograph was captured in 2017. His daughter-in-law took the picture featuring his wife and granddaughter, intending to make a photo blanket. After collecting all the required images, his son reviewed them and spotted something unusual in one of the photos. Upon zooming in, he was shocked by what he saw. When the photo was captured, the family resided in a house in Denison, Texas, close to the Oklahoma border. They had a preacher bless the house, and later they encountered a Cherokee spiritual woman who advised them not to speak about the incident and to burn sage in their home. The family followed her instructions, but the poster's wife still struggled to sleep. On multiple occasions, she sensed a presence in the bathroom and felt like someone was watching her shower. Once, she even felt a hand brush down her back, but found no one there. Their son and daughter-in-law also experienced strange occurrences, such as unexplained sounds coming from inside their closet. Offering some background on the house, the poster mentions that it was previously owned by an elderly couple for many years before they passed away. In time, a friend of the poster purchased the property, and the poster's family moved in while they were acquiring land and a new home. Eventually, the poster's friend encouraged him to buy the house, renovate it, and to sell it to contribute to their new residence. And after some discussions, they reached an agreement. However, the very next month, the poster's friend tragically died in a car accident. Having previously resided in the house himself, this unnerved the poster even more, leading him and his family to decide to move out. So what do you make of this unnerving tale? Was the house really haunted? And if so, does this image show the entity responsible for the chilling events? Let me know your thoughts on this one down below. A baffling video shared by Twitter user iHuntUFOs has left viewers scratching their heads, trying to determine the identity of a mysterious figure that dashes across the road in front of a car. The unsettling footage, recorded in Kansas, USA, shows a brief but fast-moving figure raising questions about its origins and true nature. The couple who recorded the video was driving home from vacation when the figure appeared in front of their vehicle. They shared the clip online, asking if anyone could provide insight into what it was. While some viewers argue that the figure is simply a person running across the road, the speed at which it moves has cast doubt on this explanation. Additionally, the figure looks grey and peculiar looking, further fueling speculation about its true identity. Some have suggested that the figure could be someone under the influence of drugs, while others have proposed the possibility of a cryptid, a mysterious or unknown creature that's not yet been scientifically documented. Cryptid enthusiasts are intrigued by the footage, considering it potential evidence for the existence of such beings. Whether it's a person, a cryptid, or something else entirely, the video has piqued the curiosity of viewers, leaving them with more questions than answers. The final video on our list, uploaded to Instagram by user Greencum, is undoubtedly perplexing. The lack of context for the clip only adds to its mystery. Take a look. A small creature with a dog-like face appears to be sitting on a ledge, its legs crossed as if intently watching the action below. It's been noted that the peculiar creature doesn't seem to move while being filmed, which suggests it could be a puppet or figurine. Regardless of what the creature might be, its creepy appearance is undeniable. Imagine you're a competitor standing on the blocks awaiting the starter's gun, only to look up and catch a glimpse of this thing. TikTok user A. Howie has captivated the internet with a bizarre sighting recorded during a live stream deep in the woods.
Why does that look human?
In the now viral clip, the user captures what seems to be two glowing eyes belonging to an unknown creature lurking in the shadows.
Hello?
Eager to document the strange encounter, A. Howie implored his viewers to take screenshots during the live stream, just in case they were witnessing something extraordinary.
We find out it's a freaking Sasquatch looking at us. Yo, somebody take screenshots. In case this thing does take off running.
The video takes a turn when the TikToker decides to approach the mysterious creature. There doesn't appear to be anything there. Upon closer inspection, the OP notices that he's sinking into the dirt up to his knees.
I'm 6'2". It's cutting off my knees.
This leads him to speculate that the hidden creature might have set up a trap for him.
Whoa, is that a trap? Oh my God! What if that's a trap? Because look, he was sitting right there.
The video has since amassed nearly 1 million views, with users offering theories on what the enigmatic figure could be. Some viewers believe the glowing eyes belong to a Sasquatch, a legendary cryptid said to inhabit the forests of North America. But is the answer truly that supernatural? While the video is certainly chilling, skeptics argue that the strange eyes could simply be a trick of the light or a misidentified animal reflecting the camera's light. As for the sinking earth, it could be the result of loose or damp soil in the area. The true nature of the creature remains a mystery, but one thing's for certain. TikTok user A. Howie has managed to spook the platform and capture the imagination of nearly 1 million people. In 2002, while conducting a remotely operated vehicle expedition off the coast of Sanrico, Japan, the Japan Agency for Marine Earth Science and Technology, or JAMSTEC for short, had a routine encounter with a squid. However, as they reviewed the footage later, they noticed something much more unusual passing by in the background. Take a look. In the footage, which was captured at a depth of around 420 meters, we see a squid peacefully floating in the darkness, when suddenly a fast-moving object streaks past. It's been suggested that the unidentified submerged object might be some sort of high-speed marine animal, or even a drone. However, neither of these theories have been officially confirmed. The ocean's vastness is truly awe-inspiring, covering over 70% of the Earth's surface and harbouring unfathomable depths that remain largely unexplored. This immense expanse holds countless mysteries, with its seemingly boundless domain offering a breeding ground for inexplicable phenomena. From bizarre marine creatures to peculiar underwater formations, these intriguing discoveries serve as a constant reminder of the endless secrets that the ocean continues to conceal, leaving us yearning to unravel the mysteries of its uncharted territories. Westminster Abbey, an architectural masterpiece and a symbol of Britain's rich history, has its fair share of ghostly legends befitting its centuries-old existence. The spectres that reportedly haunt this grand edifice are as intriguing as they are eerie, representing a spectral pantheon of historical figures who have had notable connections to the Abbey. During the recent television coverage of the coronation of King Charles III, which was held inside the Abbey, several viewers noted something rather unnerving. Watch.
Cameras to be focusing on.
In this clip, posted to Twitter by Real Joe Green, we see the King's Guard entering the Abbey, followed by a rather strange-looking figure walking past the entrance.
Focusing on.
The general consensus is that the mysterious figure is a member of the clergy dressed in ceremonial robes, who was taking part in the coronation. However, others had different ideas. The poster dubbed the figure the Grim Reaper, while another viewer said they thought it was a witch. Yet another interpretation proposed that the footage had captured the spectre of Father Benedict, a figure rumoured to have been sighted wandering the halls of Westminster Abbey for decades. Supposedly, the figure closely matched the descriptions of Father Benedict given by numerous individuals who have purportedly witnessed his apparition. The ghost of Father Benedict, or Benedictus, also known as the Brown Monk, is said to be a benign presence clad in a brown cowl. He has supposedly been spotted numerous times since the early 20th century, often in the late afternoon. Visitors and staff report a comforting presence when Father Benedictus is near, and he's even said to engage in brief conversations before vanishing abruptly. Another famous spectral inhabitant of Westminster Abbey is reputed to be none other than Edward the Confessor, the Abbey's founder. He's said to appear each year on the eve of his death. His ghostly figure has been reported near his shrine, a site of pilgrimage since the medieval era. The ghost of John Bradshaw, president of the High Court that condemned King Charles I to death, is also said to haunt the Abbey. Following the restoration of the monarchy, Bradshaw was posthumously convicted of regicide, and his body was exhumed from Westminster Abbey. His restless spirit, it seems, didn't leave the premises. In addition to these historical figures, there have been numerous sightings of ghostly monks, shadowy figures, and even spectral processions. A less frequent but particularly chilling tale involves the apparition of a tall, gaunt figure clutching a sword, believed to be the ghost of a victim of the executioner's axe, possibly from the turbulent times of Reformation. These ghost stories of Westminster Abbey offer an eerie, fascinating perspective into the rich tapestry of history that this famous landmark embodies. Whether these tales are true or merely the products of vivid imaginations, they undeniably contribute to the Abbey's allure, attracting curious visitors and ghost hunters from around the world. So what do you think? Could the mysterious figure captured in this video really be one of the infamous ghosts of Westminster Abbey? Let me know where you land on this in the comments down below.
Cameras to be focusing on.
TikTok user Do You Believe Too has shared some unsettling footage that has left viewers spooked. This homeowner noticed that their dog was behaving unusually, so they took out their phone to film what was happening. As they peer around the corner, two bright eyes can be seen lurking in the darkness. Whatever it is, it's clearly got the dog on edge. Some viewers were frightened by the sighting, suggesting it could be some kind of cryptid hiding in the darkness of the yard, while others thought it could be a raccoon or some other furry critter. However, if this were the case, wouldn't the dog make chase and not look so spooked? So what do you think it is? Love to hear your take on this one in the comments down below.
Watch his eyes. Definitely not normal.
A perplexing piece of footage uploaded to the Instagram page Unanswered Universe has left viewers puzzled and somewhat unnerved. The video, captured at a Trump rally, shows a peculiar man in a suit standing in the wings of the stage. Viewers were quick to notice that something seemed off about the man, particularly his eyes, which appeared to change shape and size throughout the rally.
Look at his eyes. That is not normal. Not normal.
The strange sighting has fueled a variety of conspiracy theories, the most prominent of which suggests the existence of reptilian overlords living among us. The lizard people conspiracy theory, also known as the reptilian elite theory, posits that shape-shifting reptilian beings control Earth by taking on human form and occupying positions of power in government, finance, and entertainment. The conspiracy theory can be traced back to British conspiracy theorist David Icke, who first introduced the idea in his 1999 book, The Biggest Secret. Icke claims that these reptilian beings hail from the Alpha Draconis star system and have been manipulating human societies for thousands of years. Some of the most frequently cited examples of alleged reptilian figures include Queen Elizabeth II, George W. Bush, and even Barack Obama. The recent footage from the Trump rally has reignited interest in the lizard people conspiracy theory, with many viewers agreeing that the man's eyes appeared reptilian in nature. While some followers of the conspiracy theory see this as further evidence of reptilian involvement in global affairs, skeptics argue that the strange eye appearance could be explained by video artifacts, lighting conditions, or even digital manipulation. So is there any truth to the reptilian overlord theory, or is it just another example of internet-fueled speculation? Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. On June 7th, 2022, a Twitter user named Isalfobro uploaded a bizarre trail camera photo that left many people scratching their heads. The photo appears to show a wild boar being ridden by a mysterious creature with glowing eyes. The creature even appears to be carrying what looks like a spear. The trail camera had been set up in an undisclosed location and had captured the photo for only a brief moment before the animal and rider disappeared into the darkness. The image has caused quite a stir on social media, with many speculating about what the mysterious creature could actually be. Some have suggested it could be a cryptid, while others have simply dismissed the photo as a hoax, pointing to the fact that it could have easily been photoshopped or manipulated in some way. So where do you land on this? Love to hear your opinions about this odd photo in the comments down below. Ever had the feeling that someone or something is watching you? Well, next time remember to whip out your cell phone and start recording. In this clip, uploaded to TikTok by Old Fogey John, we see someone walking along a dirt path at nighttime. Take a look at what they captured on camera. By the far tree on the right side of the path, there appears to be some sort of creature lurking in the darkness. It's hunched over and looks as though it has long arms. Its posture seems similar to that of an ape. Unfortunately, the clip ends there and we're unable to get a better look at the mysterious beast. So what do you think this could be? Some sort of cryptid perhaps? Or is it just a very convincing case of pareidolia? Let me know your take on this in the comments down below. Working the night shift at a factory is usually a pretty quiet job. However, as this clip from TikToker Stan Hopes Away Days shows, every once in a while you might see something rather unusual. Watch. The footage appears to have been recorded on one of many cameras monitored by a night shift security worker at a factory. According to the uploader, the place is empty at night time, so there isn't usually much to see on these feeds. However, what this particular camera has captured is truly bizarre. It appears to be several glowing orbs moving in unison as if they were a part of an invisible person. Typically, when people film orbs of light, they float or fly across the screen. These can usually be explained away as dust particles or even bugs that are catching the light in a strange way. This certainly doesn't appear to be the case here. While some viewers have suggested they could be a group of rodents scurrying across the ground, others seem certain that these balls of light are something paranormal. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. A homeowner in Tennessee has captured some extraordinary footage, and many are saying it's the vocalizations of Bigfoot. The clip, which was shared to Instagram by Crypted University, shows the rural cabin deep in the woods. In the background, you can hear some distinct noises, some whoops, howls, and grunts. At one point, you can even hear branches snapping. Bigfoot vocalizations refer to the range of sounds that have been attributed to alleged Sasquatch encounters. These sounds are often described as loud, guttural, and sometimes human-like, and have been reported by people who claim to have encountered the creature or its footprints. There are a variety of Bigfoot vocalizations that have been reported, including howls and screams. These are perhaps the most common type of Bigfoot vocalization reported. They're typically described as loud, long, and eerie, with some witnesses comparing the sound to that of a human scream or a wolf howling. Growls and grunts. These are lower-pitched sounds that are often described as guttural or animalistic. Whistles and clicks. These are high-pitched sounds that are often described as bird-like or even dolphin-like. Some witnesses have reported hearing Bigfoot emit whistles and clicks while communicating with each other. Wood knocks. These are sharp, rhythmic sounds that are often described as resembling the sound of a wooden baseball bat hitting a tree. Some researchers believe that Bigfoot may use wood knocks to communicate with each other over long distances. So are we hearing the big man himself in this clip from Tennessee? Skeptics of Bigfoot argue that many of these sounds may be the result of natural phenomena such as wind or animal calls, or even hoaxes perpetuated by humans. However, many believers in Bigfoot argue that the consistency of these reports across different regions and cultures suggests that there may be some truth to the existence of this elusive creature.
Now, if you want to see some more freaky video clips, then watch that episode on the top there. Otherwise, we have a massive playlist right there that you can binge on. Now, consider supporting us on Patreon. There's some links in the description box down below with all the extra information. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.